What's up, people? How's it going? Chase here. So I lied. I'm doing another video tonight because I want to, but I don't feel like standing because it's almost 9:30 and I'm tired and I want to go to bed after this. So let's do this, shall we? Ranking all 20 Robert Rodriguez films that I have seen. I have not seen the newest Spy Kids movie, Armageddon or whatever it's called, and I'm not ranking the his segment in Four Rooms. So I have 20 movies here that I'm going to be ranking. Yes, this guy. It's crazy how him and Tarantino have they basically came out about the same time. And he has just over he's directed more just over half of what Tarantino has. It's crazy. Um, but yeah, let's do it, shall we? Let's rank all of the movies that I've seen, the 20 movies that I've seen with from Mr. Robert Rodriguez. Um, Number 20 for me is Short, the 2009 comedy movie. I don't even remember what this movie was about. Like it's a rock that grants wishes or something. Like I was 14 when this movie came out. I didn't like it then. I probably wouldn't like it. I haven't seen this movie in years. I remember not liking this movie whatsoever when it was released. So it's my number 20. I there there's just something with Robert Rodriguez's kiddie movies that I'm just like, dude, come on. Um, yeah. And number 19 kind of hurts my heart because I did like this movie for a good while, and then I did rewatch it a couple years ago, and I was like, oh my God. The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Yeah, this movie's not good. It's very bad. The effects are atrocious. The acting is pretty bad. The um the effects are just no. Again, with his effect stuff with the kitty movies, they're just awful. It's not good. It's really corny. I love George Lucas, but when he's the villain, Electricidad in this movie, he just looks he's his acting is abysmal. Um, he's terrible in this movie. Yeah, number 19, Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Still some nostalgia, but overall, it's nah, nah. Number 18 is the newest Spy Kids movie that I've seen, All the Time in the World, Spy Kids 4. Um, it's just slightly better. Like it's dumb, but it's got some chuckles in it. Again, the kiddie crap with Robert Rodriguez is just not my thing anymore. It really wasn't as a kid either. Like I laughed at some of this stuff. I mean, that's not true. I liked it when I was a kid, but as I've gotten older, this movie came out like what, 2011, 2012, like 2011. Hadn't watched the first three in a while at that point. I was totally onto other stuff back in the day. I didn't see this movie until years later, and I just remember it not being good. And number 18, Spy Kids 4, All the Time in the World. Jeremy Piven plays like the clock master, clockmaker, whatever his name is, time maker. No, no. Number 17 is We Can Be Heroes, the Sharkboy and Lava Girl semi sequel, semi standalone movie that wasn't good. I know it got okay reviews, but I wasn't a fan. Um, it's kiddie. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan. Number 17, We Can Be Heroes. It's a fun message for kids, but it's a kid movie. Number three also hurts my heart because I loved this movie as a kid, but growing up, even as a kid, and knew the effects weren't very good. But yeah. By the way, yes, that is my dog, right there, like right there. That's her. She's sleeping. She's tired. She had a busy weekend with my mom's dog. I was over there. You'll see a couple of vids. when I put those up. See my mom's dogs. Anyway, Spy Kids 3D, game over. Uber nostalgia for this movie for sure. But even growing up, even as a kid, I was like, the effects aren't that good in this movie. Um, there's some fun in here, but it's fine. Um, some nostalgia, but overall, it's the worst of the original Spy Kids trilogy for me. And back when it came out, I would have said it's the best Spy Kids movie ever. But no, it's not. It's got some inventive, fun stuff in there, but overall, it's just not very good. No. Number 15 is the Netflix movie he did with Ben Affleck. Is this Netflix? No, I don't remember what studio did this movie then. Hold on, let me see. Details. Oh, so this was just him. I think it was. Hold on, let me see. Anyway, it's that Hypnotic movie. Yeah, that's my number, whatever we're on now. 15. Hypnotic, the one with Ben Affleck. Uh, no, it wasn't. It was Relativity Media. Relativity Media. There we go. I said it right. I can say words. Yeah, it's fine action thriller film thing, mystery movie. It's fine. Ben Affleck's good in it. He co not Ben Affleck, but Rodriguez co-wrote the screenplay with Max Borenstein. Borenstein, guy was most known for doing the MonsterVerse, the Godzilla Kong MonsterVerse for Warner Brothers and Legendary. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's got some fun stuff in there, but overall, it's fine. Doesn't have any of it. Didn't really do much for me. Ben Affleck, the cast is good, but and he brings some of the style. Rodriguez brings some of the style, but overall, it was fine. So yeah, number 15 is Hypnotic. Number 14, I gotta say, from 14 up, I kind of like these movies, even though they're not the best. I kind of like from 14 up. 14 up is Red 11. The hour, I don't even think it's 20-minute movie. It's like an hour and 18 minutes, 17 minutes, 16 minutes, something like that. Red 11, the sci-fi horror film that he did with his son. I think this one was Racer, that he always does it with. I think this is Racer also, or no, it's Rebel. This one was Rebel. Rodriguez that he co-did the story and wrote it with. Um, yeah, it's a fine sci-fi horror movie. It's like I said, it's not even an hour and 20 minutes. Basically, an extended short film. It's fun. It's fine. It's there. You can watch it. It's got some cool concepts, but overall, it's fine. So yeah, my number 14 is Red 11. My number 13 is Machete Kills. It's not nearly as good as the original, but I still have some dumb fun with it for sure. Um, it's a little too over the top for me. It's just a little, yeah, it's just a little too. Mm, it's like I said, it's still fun, but it's not nearly as good as the original. Dan Trehill's still great as Machete. Uh, so yeah, number 13 for me though is Machete Kills. Fun but dumb. Number 12 also hurts my heart because this was actually my favorite of the trilogy for a while. Spy Kids 2. What's the Island of Lost? Can't read that. It's too small. The Island of Lost Dreams. Yeah, Spy Kids 2. If you'd have told me as a kid which one was my favorite of it after Spy Kids 3, I would have said part 2. But no, it's the second best of the trilogy. I really like this movie still. Some of the effects are not that great. But it's a fun sequel that expands on the lore of the franchise of the original 3 films. And yeah, I like Spy Kids too. It's fun, entertaining, but it's not my favorite of the franchise anymore. There's one more that I think most people would agree on. Number 11 is Sin City: A Dame to Kill For, or Sin City 2. Um, it's good. It's really good. It's again just not nearly as good as the original. It's got some really bad stories. It's got some really good stories. Overall, it's right in the middle of my list at number 11. I like it, or just above the middle of my list. Or yeah, it's the middle of my list at number 11. I like it. It's fun, but it's not nearly as good as the original. So yeah, my number 10 is, let me get it here. I still have it out. Are you? Oh, there you are. Number 10 is Once Upon a Time in Mexico. I love this movie for the action. The action in this movie is great. But if you heard me in my Mexico trilogy ranking, then you know where these movies or how these movies are going to be ranked. You know, but you don't know where they're going to be. Um, I love the action in this movie, but the character stuff and the story stuff has always frustrated me with this film. Where they take the characters, what they do with the story has always frustrated me. But overall, I like this movie enough because of the action and the performances throughout. But yeah, my number 10. Number 9 is maybe his most underrated film for me. I never quite got never I never quite got the hate for it. My number 9 is The Faculty, the 2000 no 98 Scream style thriller, sci-fi mystery horror film. With Josh Hartnett. I like this movie quite a bit. Maybe it's nostalgia. Maybe I need to rewatch it, but I did rewatch it a couple years ago, so I still liked it. So yeah. But no, I like The Faculty quite a bit. It's pretty good. It's not good as like Scream and other movies from that era, but it's still a damn good movie. It's really good. I like it more than I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I know what you still did last, or I still know what you did last summer. I'll say that. But yeah, no, I like The Faculty a lot. It's really good. If you haven't seen it, give it a try, especially if you like Scream and movies from that era. So yeah, number 9, The Faculty, one of his most underrated movies. There's one more that I think is actually more underrated. My number 8 is the original Machete. If you want just blood and buckets of blood and buckets of blood and ridiculousness in the vein of Planet Terror, then you're getting it with Machete. This movie is so entertaining based on that trailer from Grindhouse, the fake trailer. I think it played over or before Planet Terror, I believe. Yeah, Machete is so much fun. Danny Trejo kills it. He's so good. Jessica Alba, Jeff Fahey, Robert De Niro. Who else is in this movie? Oh, yeah, that's right, Steven Seagal. I forgot that Steven Seagal is in this movie. Cheech Marin returns from the trailer as the Padre. Um, yeah, I love this movie. The fucking fight scene with Steven Seagal, it's the greatest thing on planet Earth. Yeah, if you just want a bloody, hilarious, over the top, violent action movie that is so fucking entertaining from start to finish, Machete is your movie right there. I love Machete. It's great. My number 7 is where's it at? El Mariachi, his first movie. Yeah, I really liked this movie. If you watch my Mexico trilogy ranking, you know that this was actually the first time I've ever seen this film. When I got these movies on Black Friday or for back on Black Friday, on Amazon. I really like this movie a lot. It's really fun. It's really good. For a debut for a movie that cost $72.50 or $72.25, whatever it was, $7,225. And then Columbia snatched that shit up and went, "We'll do it. We'll help you in post production." Um, it's awesome. It's really good. It's amateur as hell at points. Most of it is, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's really fun. It's really good. And like I said, for a debut film, it's quite impressive. His style is all over this thing. The energy of this film is really, really good too. I really like this film a lot. My number six is the original Spy Kids. I still really like this movie. It's really, really well done. Still to this day, it's still kiddie, but it's got the maturity of a fun family movie that's not stupid. Like it's still a really like this is the best Spy Kids movie. Like I love this movie. Like it's really good. Like I still watch this movie. Not a lot, but I've watched the movie a couple times over the last number of years, and it's still really good. Although Alexa Vega and Daryl Sabara, how would say his name, more Daryl. Alexa Vega's good in the movie, but Daryl Sabara at times is fine, but most of the time he's pretty good. But no, I really like this movie still. It's really, really fun. Um, I love the boat chase so much. It's so cool. I still to this day want the popcorn McDonald's shit. I want that microwave. I want that packaging so bad. Um, just a fun family movie, and yeah, the best Spy Kids movie in my opinion by far. The original. Yeah, it's really, really good. It's really inventive too. It's really, really inventive. I love the scene when their house gets ransacked and Cheech Marin off the mustache. I'm not your uncle. I love that. I love it so much. It's so good. I love this movie. It's so much fun. Oh, and Alan Cummings is Floopy. He's just over the top enough. He's just goofy enough. Also, he's so good in this movie. Yeah, I love it. And Antonio Banderas and Carla Gugino as the parents too. They're great in this movie. The thumbs are hilarious. Yeah, it's a great movie. Love it. Number five is the original Sin City. One of the best comic book adaptations of all time. This movie is so much fun. This movie is probably my most watched Rodriguez movie, maybe. Um, yeah, I love this movie. This movie's great. This is an all-time adaptation. Like it's so like him and Frank Miller did such a good job with this film. Like, of course, when you have the guy who did the comic or the graphic novel right next to you, you do it. It's just it's a master. It's a literal masterpiece. It's a great movie. That's only my number five, and I fucking love this movie. Yeah, Sin City was great. I loved it from start to finish. There's not one bad story. There's not one bad actor. There's not one bad action sequence. I love how the action in this movie is shot like it's in a comic book too. Like I love that. I love that it's like still frames and all that. I love it. I love this movie so much. Yeah, Sin City, my number five. Number four is his most underrated film by far. I think it's fucking awesome. And that's Alita Battle Angel. Yeah, it's a little weird having a character with the CGI face. The eyes are a bit weird at times. I will agree. But overall, I mean, this movie kicks ass. Like, if you are a futuristic sci-fi guy like I am, man, yeah, him and Jim Cameron, man, him and James Cameron doing this together, man, I love it. I love this movie. It is so good. It is so good. I'm so mad that this movie's not getting a sequel probably at any time soon. I thought this movie was great. I really did. I thought it was great from start to finish. I thought the action was phenomenal. I thought the story was really well told. I still want to read the manga. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite 2010 movies. Like it's action film. It's great. It's fucking awesome. I loved this movie. I thought it was awesome. So goddamn underrated. Christoph Waltz is really good here. I love this movie, man. It's so underrated. God, this movie is so good. Now my top three. This was tough. This was really tough with my number with my three, two, and one. Got here for a minute and was like, which one? Which one? Okay, three is that one. Two and one is that. No, it's that. No, no, that's my three. My number three is From Dusk Till Dawn. Cody and I did a review of it. We'll put it up at some. I did. I don't think I put it up already, but if I did, or when I do, yeah, I love this movie. It's so much. It's so good. It's the perfect genre mashup movie. So much fun. No, I have not put it up yet. I didn't think I did, but I didn't remember. Anyway, yeah, no, I love this movie. I think it's great. I think it's phenomenal. I'll put the review up with Cody some point this week, next couple weeks. I love it. It's a great movie. It's again one of my favorite action movies of the 90s. It's one of my favorite horror films, crime films of ever. It's so good. The genre mashup between a crime film and a horror film in the second act is phenomenal. Phenomenal movie. Written by Tarantino, directed by Rodriguez. Dream team right there, man. Awesome movie. Awesome movie. Probably one of my favorite 90s or horror films too. It's a fantastic movie. Love it. Love it. I'm still debating in my head to put my number two at my number one. To put my number one at my number two. My number two is Desperado. My number two is Desperado. This was tough. This was really, really, really hard. I love Desperado. It's one of my favorite 90s action movies. It might actually be my favorite 90s action movie. Mid to late 90s action movie. It's so well done. Like, it's perfect action movie with one of the greatest shootouts of all time in the bar. The bar shootout is awesome. I love it. It's so good. Antonio Banderas is awesome as El Mariachi. As I said in the Mexico trilogy ranking, Carlos Gallardo is great in the first film, but there's just something that he does, that Banderas does here, and it's so good. It's such a great action movie. It's a perfect 90s action film. It really truly is. It's had too long at time for it should be about 90 minutes, but it's just over 100 minutes, I believe. But overall, it's a great 90s action movie. Absolutely love it. My number two, but my number one. I remember when I first saw this movie, and I went, "This is one of my favorite zombie films of all time. All time. Love this movie. The gore, the blood squibs in this movie are heavenly. Like, people get shot, and it's amazing how much blood just pops out of their fucking chest. It's amazing. The gore in this movie is phenomenal. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite horror films of all time. It's one of my favorite action horror films of all time. It's hilarious at times, weird shit at times. Yeah, I love Planet Terror. I thought it was awesome. I still think it's awesome. I still think it's the much better of the two from the Grindhouse movie, the double feature movie. Yeah, I love Planet Terror. My favorite Robert Rodriguez movie. It's like Robert Rodriguez doing what he's always wanted to do, just a badass action horror comedy movie that I just I the fuck is going on with Rose McGowan's fucking eyes? I don't know if you can see that, but look at her fucking eyes. Wow. But yeah, no, I love this movie. It's an all-timer for me. It's great. I love every second of it. Strong graphic, bloody violence, gore, blood squibs galore, gore galore. So good. The scene where the guy puts his zit on Josh Brolin's face is so gross, but it's fucking awesome. I love Planet Terror. It's a great movie. I love Desperado. It's a great movie. My top two, my top three with From Dusk Till Dawn. Great movie too. I yeah, this guy's one of my favorite. He's definitely one of my favorites. He's got some films that I'm not a fan of, but overall, I like him a lot. I like Rodriguez a lot. So that's all. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye.